Hello, everyone. Just Brady here, just soloing it up tonight. Usually, if we're flying solo, it's usually Charlie, but Charlie's a little busy just with people right now. Hold on. Why is my camera blurry, man?
One just
Oh, Jesus.
Brady here, just solo.
Jeez, I'm already screwing up, man. No, but I just want to talk about some live feed stuff real quick because we had a lot of drama going on in the house. Hello, Damien. Hello, Game. Welcome, welcome. But dude, that's even worse. Hold on. Dude, I refuse to have a blurry camera. I don't pay for good equipment just for that to happen, man. Let's hope that works. But yeah, so we had some stuff going on today. Like I put in there, we had a POV result. We had Josh versus the world. Charlie and I went live last night talking about how it was pretty obvious what Jason was going to be doing tonight. Or this morning in the POV ceremony, and things didn't really go as planned. So this is a spoiler episode. So if you guys know the drill right now. Hello, Brianna. You guys know the drill by now. If you're not here for spoilers, if you're here to just watch show reviews, then you might want to click away right now. Taylor, yeah, Josh and his ketchup and mayo. Yeah, very interesting. Also, I'm extremely exhausted because I've been moving in to this house. So if you guys keep the energy up, try to give it to you. I mean, I teach middle school, so I got to kind of do that anyway. Pretend I'm super awake when I'm not. And this is also listed as technically the 17th edition, or the July 17th edition, but it's actually July 18th, 12:05 a.m. my time. So anyway, let's get started. So power veto ceremony happened today. Basically, last night, as we said last night, the plan was for Jason to use the power veto on Jessica and to put Mark up in their place. But Dominique has really been burying herself. She's on a lot of people's radar. So the plan ended up switching over to Jason not using the power veto. Basically, Alex was like, use the veto, fine. You don't use the veto, fine. Do whatever you want, you know. We will be talking about that, Brianna. No, I don't want to hear. Yeah. So Jason ends up not using the power veto. And this was like, oh, okay, didn't use it. So Jessica and Dominique are going to be the final two up on the block. And one of them is going to be going home. Okay. Last night, it seemed like a given that Jessica was going to be taken off the block and that Mark was going to be put in her place. But that all changed, so the vote could change as well. Right now, it looks like Dominique's going home. Most of the house is against her. But that's not even like the biggest thing that happened today. So Josh ended up getting in like a fight against the whole house. But first, I want to talk about the Paul stuff. So if you guys have seen on Twitter or whatever, or on the TMZ website, TMZ actually got a clip from the live feeds of Paul telling everyone, because he's going to go wear this costume, and there was black like war paint that he was going to put on. That was going to be his costume. And instead of saying he's going to put on like the black face paint or whatever, basically he was going to go like ridicule Dominique, because him and Dominique have been fighting a lot. So basically he was going to go like pester Dominique, and he told everyone that they should all put on blackface, which if you guys didn't know, white people wearing blackface is not exactly the the best thing you should be doing. Because if you guys are unfamiliar with what blackface is, basically in musical productions and everything. Hello, Francito. Basically, if you guys didn't know, old musicals and plays and stuff way back in the day, instead of hiring black actors, white people, white-skinned people, not necessarily just Americans, white-skinned people would actually put on what they call blackface, and they would portray black characters. Hello, Robert. Yeah, so Paul might be in some heat. Once basically Paul said that he was going to have this costume, right? So no one had seen the costume yet. He just said that he was going to wear blackface. So people thought that he was going to completely black his face out and go pretend to be Dominique to her face. So that would have been really bad. And I mean, it still looked bad, especially since TMZ just took the clip of him saying, yo, we should all put on blackface. He didn't understand what he was saying. I think that was a misunderstanding because once he put on the costume, you saw that he just put like some war paint on the sides and on the top, and it was kind of over. Francito asks, what's worse, Paul saying the C word last year or blackface? I think saying the C word, there's no really a, thanks for the info to being a better person. Yeah, so pretty much last year, calling someone the C word directly to their face is obviously not okay, and there's no way to misconstrue that word. I'm not going to say it on this podcast, nor would I say a lot of other words. So yeah, I think saying the C word directly to someone's face and there is no misunderstanding what he meant to do there, I think that that's way worse because I think he was just kind of an idiot in the moment. And once he gets out of the show and he realizes that there's going to be some backlash from this, he's going to have to backpedal and he's going to have to mend some fences. But hey, he said it. He's going to have to deal with it, right? Hello, Justice. I was surprised that no one tried to stop him. I agree. Makes me sad that Moron would do it. Yeah. Justin, C word. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, is that what you were saying? Okay, I gotcha. But yeah. So anyway, that was a big thing that happened. Another big thing that happened, I want to preface this by saying, imagine being in a house with a bunch of strangers and you have no idea who's gunning for you and who's not, and being paranoid all the time, especially with what two people like Mark and Josh have been through, right? So we know that there's a pool table out in the backyard. Mark and Josh like to play a fair amount of pool. And over the past couple days, Mark and Dominique were very close, and they are still pretty close. But Paul pretty much told Mark that he's like not allowed to talk to Dominique because if Mark talks to Dominique, people are going to think that they're still working together. And so Mark pretty much, even though he wants to hang out with Dominique a lot, he's been avoiding her a lot of the times. And that, that kind of sucks because Mark's a big teddy bear. Or so we thought. Yeah. So Mark and Josh like to place friendly bets on games of pool, right? And this bet was the loser of this pool game between the two of them had to drink a small cup of hot sauce and, oh God, what was it? Something in hot sauce. Someone remind me in chat. But the main thing was there was hot sauce in it, which, yeah. Where's your buddy at? Robert asks. Charlie has people over to his house right now. He had to pick a buddy of ours up from the airport and then drive him back. So they're all at his house right now, but he'll be back. Yeah, don't worry. I didn't kick him off or anything. But yeah. So, there it is. Pickle juice. Pickle juice and hot sauce is what the concoction was. The loser had to drink pickle juice and hot sauce. So it gets down to the final ball, and if you guys don't know, in the game of pool, if you scratch, which is do an illegal move on the last ball of the game, the 8 ball, then you lose. So Josh ends up doing what they call a table scratch. He double hits the cue ball, the white ball, which really kind of forfeits his turn, but then the 8 ball goes in, he hits it in. Josh says that he wins. Matt and Mark both think that he doesn't win. Mark gets upset. He goes and makes the pickle juice and hot sauce concoction, and when he brings it outside, proceeds to get pissed off out of nowhere and just throws it in Josh's face. Justice says, I canceled my feeds today, so I'm relying on you guys to inform me. Hey, we'll do our best, man. We were going to go live the other night, but it was really weird, really weird timing for stuff. But we're going to try to go live more often, especially once I'm less exhausted from moving. So Mark tosses pickle juice and hot sauce into Josh's face. Some people, I want to see your opinion in the chat. Do you think that throwing hot sauce, because that's the primary thing, do you think that someone should force expulsion or at least threat of expulsion from throwing hot sauce in someone's face, especially their eyes? Because a couple of the girls, I think it was Elena and Christmas, were both saying that that Mark should get like evicted and stuff like that. Justin says rules are replaced 8-ball and lose turn. Well, pretty much they were saying that he should lose. So Mark isn't that type of person. Yeah, I would have replayed it, man. But tensions are high. We have to remember these people are not living in the conditions that we're living in. Like, if something peeves me, if all of a sudden I'm looking in chat and I'm like, wow, Francito, you're being a dick, I can just move on. I can be done with the podcast and go sit over there and watch TV. These guys can't do it, man. They're locked in this house with each other. Yeah. So Game says yep. Yeah. If Josh for some reason like couldn't see, you could get evicted for that. But I like Mark. So Mark lost his cool. Josh gets pissed off, starts saying how that's obviously going to be played on national television. And Mark, Francito, hypotheticals, man. I got you. But Josh gets really pissed off. So Josh basically says, you embarrassed me on national television, and starts going to town on Mark, starts calling out Mark, saying that he's not a man of his word, and Mark says that Josh isn't a man of his word, and they're going back and forth. So Mark, basically, Josh is really pissed off. Mark realizes he screwed up. Josh had come back at him. Josh later on came back and squirted, what was it, mustard and ketchup. Josh squirted mustard and ketchup on Mark. Children, man, I swear to God. And they're old. I think they're older than me. I'm 24. They're around my age. Josh is younger, but I think Mark might be a little older. So they both acted very immature. Mark tried to apologize, and Josh basically said to F off. And basically said he's not trusting him anymore, and he said that he's going to pester Mark every day until he's gone. Agreed, Justin. But yeah, so these two guys were going at it for a while, and then Mark tries to apologize. Doesn't really work in his favor. Justice says he should get a penalty or a warning or penalty vote or something. He might get a penalty vote. Did you see when Paul went after Dawn when she was nodding her head just to what Josh was saying? Yeah, so this kicked off Josh versus the house. Josh, right after Mark goes inside. Josh is still outside, and he's kind of venting to a couple people that are outside. Slowly, people are coming in and out, sitting next to Josh. So the first person that he gets in an argument with after Mark is Jessica. So he starts getting pissed off at Jessica. Jessica's yelling at him, saying that he's flip-flopping on his votes, and he shouldn't brag about being a man of his word. So he gets in an argument with Jessica. Then after he gets in an argument with Jessica, he gets in an argument with Paul. And then he's trying to tell Paul. So basically, Josh is sitting on the couch. Paul's sitting on, I think it's an ottoman for the couch, but he's kind of pushed away from the couch a little bit. They got maybe 5-6 feet. And Dominique is just kind of standing there around with a bunch of other people. And so Josh is trying to explain himself, saying like, I've been a target since week 1 and blah, 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 blah. Josh just kind of digging himself a bigger and bigger hole. And Dominique just nods her head. And Paul goes, what are you nodding your head for? And she's like, whoa, dude. I don't know what issue you have with me. I was just nodding my head because I can see where he's coming from. So paranoia is very high. Anger is very high. Honestly, Big Brother should probably just give him some booze. They're in California. Isn't weed legal? I don't smoke it, but man, maybe I think half these people could use it. So yeah, Josh keeps arguing with a lot of different people. I wrote some notes just in case I missed anything. But what do you guys think about the fact that people were on Josh's side, but now it seems that Josh, if he would have just told Mark to screw off and been in the right, then Josh would have been in the right the whole time and people would have took his side. But since he continued to argue with more and more people, now Josh ends up becoming the bad guy and Mark can kind of fade into the background. When Josh said boo-boo to Jessica during the argument, I was laughing so hard. Yeah, like, you do you, boo-boo. Yeah, Justin, give them weed, not alcohol. Yeah, probably right after I just said it. Okay, so after all this happened, Mark realizes that his alliance, or what was his alliance, has kind of turned on him, right? So he decides that he needs to align himself with the other side of the house, which is Jason and Alex and Ramses. Now, this brings up a really, really interesting point. So stick with me. This could be for really good TV. Okay. Let's say Cody ends up being the one to come to battle his way back into the house, right? If Cody comes back into the house, since Cody left, Jessica has aligned herself with Alex and Jason and Ramses, who Cody was against as he was leaving. So Cody might not necessarily like those other people. We do know that he likes Alex, so he might be okay with going in with them. Now, Mark has joined the fold and has joined up with Jessica and them. If Cody comes back in, Mark knows that Cody was the one that started the rumor with him. So do we think that Mark and Cody can actually work together? Because you would have Mark and Cody might end up going at it again. Jessica and Alex still don't really like each other that much. But it could make for a really interesting dynamic because either they end up working together or it seems like Mark might just be stuck in the middle. Stuck in the middle with you. But that could just be such a weird situation because Dominique will probably be out of the game and Mark would be pissed off at one side of the house. Like he already turned on his alliance now to go with Alex and Jessica, that side. But if Cody comes back in, there's no way Mark can work with Cody, right? If you're Mark, there's no way. Like, Cody ruined your game, and now Jessica and Alex would be asking you to work with Cody. I don't think I could do it if I was Mark, but let's see what we think. So Francito says Cody really needs to come back. That'll be the best thing for TV. No, because Cody is confrontational and Mark is emotionally sensitive. That's a really good way of putting it, game. I agree. There's no way Cody apologizes to Mark. Like, there's no way Cody comes in, he's like, oh, dude, sorry, I was just trying to help Jessica out. Sorry for blowing up your game, bro. I don't know if Mark would fight back against Cody. Mark, I don't know. Mark showed his immaturity a little bit with that little spat with Josh, which I don't know. I didn't expect it at all. Really wish that week one alliance of Cody, Mark, and Matt was still here. Yeah, that could be good. The other interesting thing is Mark and Elena are still very close. They've still been like kissing and cuddling on the hammock and stuff. So is it possible that Elena and Mark both make it far? Usually showmances don't, but it could happen. And is it possible that Mark could play one side of the house, Elena could play the other, and then they it ends up working out for both of them? Robert said, I heard that Dom might have the halting hex. Is that true? I think they're trying to keep it a secret, but let me search the Twitters real soon. Halting Hex. Alex guess when Dom reveals she has the halting Hex, stopping her eviction. If Dom gets the halting Hex temptation and Cody wins battle back, Paul's game is over. Dom gets the halting Hex, eviction is canceled. Cody wins battle back. Jody and Dom work together to backdoor Paul next week. Wow. It sounds like there's just a big, there's just a really big push for Dominique to get the halting Hex. The voting for the halting Hex ends Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. So no one has received it yet. So please let Dom have the halting Hex, whatever it is. Who was eliminated first? Cameron was eliminated first. They haven't specified if they're doing Cameron versus Jillian versus Cody versus whoever gets evicted, or if they're doing just a big competition and whoever does the best out of the 4 people that can come back in, they end up winning. So if Dom does have the Hex, she would let Cody back in. So pretty much she can halt it and decide to let them in or not. Justin says he should win battle back. Twitter filled with Dom for temptation. Yep. I like Dominique. I think she's good. I like both people that are up there, and for good TV's sake, I really want Jessica to go far. I don't know why I like Jessica so much, but I think she's good. So, anyway, I don't want to make the video go too long for us. But who be messaging me? Leave me alone. Oh, someone's replying to a comment. I'm so popular. Be sure you guys follow us on Twitter. I'm going to try to do more updates on there. Like I said, I've just been so exhausted, and Charlie's tired right now too. So we're just trying to grind it out for you guys. We actually are going to be having a guest on pretty soon. If you guys want to be a future guest on one of the podcasts with me and Charlie, let us know. Would you rather do a live feed, like talk about feeds? Would you rather be on after a Thursday episode, Wednesday episode, Sunday episode, whatever? Let us know which one you would prefer to be on, and just send us a DM. That's twitter.com/Visoki Gaming. Search Visoki Gaming. It's right there. Same as our channel name. But yeah, follow us, send us a DM. I'll try to follow back. Tweet at me and be like, yo, follow back or whatever. I'll give you a follow back. I got you. Do you think the house guests are going too far in bullying Dom? People have been through worse, and I know that's a terrible thing, but they're just kind of exiling her because no one wants to be associated with her because they know that she's going home. And that's the worst thing. Like, that's why Kevin is in some hot water right now, because people have figured out that Kevin is the one throwing these random votes to people, right? So people like, Kevin's becoming a loose cannon, and Kevin's a big threat, and really weird. So we'll see. Kevin needs to continue laying low. That's his only strategy he has. I don't know why people are starting to see Kevin as – well, I guess I can see why people are seeing Kevin as a threat. I get it. But that'll be it for this Feeds episode. Thank you guys for hanging with me. I need to get some damn sleep because it's 12:30 in the morning my time, and I got to get up and just wait for a living room set to be delivered in the morning. And who knows, maybe I'll do an apartment tour one of these times. Oh, sweet. I would love to be a guest. Just got to find the time. Yeah, exactly, Justice. Send a DM. Send a DM, guys. But yeah. Check out the Twitters. Watch out for live streams. You're very welcome, Francito. I know Charlie and I really, really enjoy doing these streams. Like, I know I'm not as energetic as I am because, once again, tired. But we're nearing 70,000 views. Our goal was 10,000 for the summer. But that's it. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, click the little bell so you know when we go live. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.